Babbasa is a social enterprise which supports young people aged 16 to 25 to reach their career potentials. We have 3 core programs: the support program, the challenge program, and the placement program, which brings together a mix of soft skills training, mentoring, schemes, career-orientated events, and personalised recruitment support.
My name is Kazali. I'm a Babbasa trailblazer, and I'm currently working as an executive assistant here at Babbasa, which involves a lot of different things from like comms, business development, and all sorts really.
My name is Sangeeta Winter. I am the training and inclusion manager at Babbasa. So I basically help support companies with their ED&I strategies. I provide training and consultancy.
Babbasa is generally quite well known in the community anyway, so I think we've all heard of it at some point. But the person who actually put me on was my mum. She works in the community a lot. She was running the Somali Forum at the time, and she knew of Babbasa. And there was one summer I was just looking for an opportunity just to build up my work experience, and she just suggested Babbasa to me, and we just went from there. So through the challenge program, I was a youth ambassador, and after we completed the youth conference, they allowed me to join a mentoring program. His name was Ben, great guy. He helped me actually get a communications assistant role at the Bristol, which is a local organisation where I could hone my writing skills and my marketing skills. So through Babbasa, I got that original volunteering opportunity, and from there I just worked marketing assistant roles, small-time roles here and there. And then I joined Babbasa, so I'm full circle really, so I'm back here now.
The thing I'm most proud of is the work we've done to help support our young people, particularly our trailblazers. So a particular young person comes to mind who actually worked for us for a bit in the office as an intern, and she's got her dream job working in fashion in Amsterdam, and she's going to be going to Paris as well soon. I mean, that's amazing.
One of the achievements I'm particularly proud of, I would say, is the youth conference we held a few years ago. Babbasa was a lot smaller back then, but I don't know how we pulled it off. It was a big youth conference called Our City, Our World back in 2019, and that's when we held like various panelist discussions with different people. Hundreds of people came through. I think it might have been 250 people. We got to hear a lot of different voices, opinions about the city, about what changes that people wanted to see, and we created a manifesto as well. So a lot of good things came from that, and just the experience itself was something I'm very proud of. I think the Babbasa trailblazer is just carrying the Babbasa values wherever you go, no matter where you are. So be kind to everyone you see, be imaginative about your aspirations, and be determined to achieve them, but also having connections and a network now, sort of a family outside of your family, people you know, people you get to know, people you haven't met before. I still haven't met a lot of the trailblazers, but I know that I'm connected to them. Anywhere you go, if you see them, it's someone you could connect with.
Our BRIS services provide recruitment support and training and inclusion services. So we can help companies advertise jobs, attract more diverse talent, and then on the flip side of that, we can help support them with their inclusion needs. We set up BRIS to really help address the inequalities that we have in our city. So Bristol is actually the 7th worst city out of 348 districts for people of colour, people from minoritised backgrounds to actually live and thrive. And that is such a startling statistic. As a Bristolian myself, every time I read that, I think, oh my gosh, wow. So the reason we set up BRIS was to actually help support the young people further. So we wanted to take like a 360 approach, if you imagine. So as well as, helping young people, mentoring them, helping them with their CVs, getting them into jobs, what happens when they get to these jobs? What happens when they start their first day at this big company and they're met with barriers such as microaggressions, unconscious bias, etc. So the reason we set up BRIS was to be that further helping hand for these young people. So we help deliver training to companies and organisations to provide them with the tools so that they're more culturally competent to help support our young people so they can live and thrive. We at Babbasa always say, let the why inform your efforts. So why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? What do you want to achieve? And I think that's really important to get everybody on board as well. It's also really important to realise that, this is a journey, not a race. When it comes to ED&I, a lot of people can be a bit scared, a bit fearful, but actually you've got to start somewhere. And we're all on a journey when it comes to equalities, diversity and inclusion. Even though I work in this space, I can't even call myself an expert because I'm constantly learning. So don't be afraid to, take that first step. Because it is a journey. It's really important to reach out to community organisations as well, because a company that is, in the city centre of Bristol, but still has a very homogenous workforce, is really missing out on some key talent. And actually, if they collaborated with an organisation like Babbasa or other charities, social enterprises, then actually they can help attract more diverse talent. We have a great reputation in the city. You can recruit through us, you can mentor some of our young people, and that can really help.
Our City 2030 aims to support young people to acquire meaningful employment, help increase representation and inclusion within the workplace, and finally drive city strategy and momentum for more purposeful cross-sector collaborations.
The word Babbasa itself is an ancient African word which actually means community, collective and responsibility. And that basically sums up what we're trying to do with our 2030. It's a way of getting everybody together, everybody on board to help support our young people. Just like ED&I initiatives, you can't do it alone. You need to have your team on board, you need to have allies on board to actually bring about that transformational change.
We've collaborated with the City Office to help over 2,000 young people into a median salary job over the next decade.
So the reason we've chosen a median salary is because that is our way of helping social mobility. We want to help these young people to progress, to help support their family, and that is why we've chosen this particular amount.